An evening of soulful renditions of Indian classical music. Get ready on Saturday, the 23rd of November. We are heading to the Chaguanas Borough Council Auditorium as the International Foundation for Cultural Relations of Trinidad and Tobago hosts their annual event boosting phenomenal talent, some of whom are joining us here on The Now this morning. First off, though, let's say good morning and welcome to the foundation's Director, Artistic Director that is, and President, Ms. Sangeeta Jagdeo, who is joining us in studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
And we will also hear from Dr. Shivannad Maharaj, one of the performers who is joining us via phone this morning as well. So technically I'll say good morning to lady and gentlemen. But I will start with you, Ms. Jagdeo, as this is an annual concert for an institution that has existed for quite some time. If you could, give us a little bit of context as to what the International Foundation for Cultural Relations does.
Thank you for having me this morning. It's a pleasure to be here. The Antarashtriya Sanskriti Pratishthan, which is the International Foundation for Cultural Relations of Trinidad and Tobago, is an organization that has been conceptualized by my late father since 1958. It was officially inaugurated in India while I was on Government of India scholarship studying there in 2002. And fortunately, the organization had the support of the Government of India, diplomatic missions, including our High Commission of Trinidad and Tobago in India, officials, and a lot of cultural organizations in India. So they came together and supported the organization. In fact, the organization has an empaneled a group of artists, eminent artists and musicians from India who lend their support. So the organization really, in terms of representing Trinidad and Tobago, in terms of cultural cooperation, we engage in cultural exchange program, but the main focus is in education, propagation, and preservation of the East Indian cultural art forms.
And clearly you've been successfully doing that for years. As
yes.
we said, it's an annual event, but this year and each year has to be dynamic from the one before. So tell me what we can expect on the 23rd. Describe to me some of the performances.
Well, this year we have, fortunately again, we have a collaborative event with artists, very accomplished artists and musicians from our own country, Trinidad and Tobago, who have been trained and are very qualified. We have Dr. Shivannad Maharaj, who is also one of our Hummingbird Gold medalists, and he is attached to the University of the West Indies. He will be performing, he's supporting the event. Now the event is inspirational, educational, and also entertainment, right? And what we can expect is that we are hoping to focus on exposing the intricacies of Indian classical music. Indian classical music is the foundation of all Indian music. So therefore, we will begin with that, then we will expose all the different categories of Indian music, all the different forms of Indian music, different styles of vocal music. So that, and then I will also be performing classical Kathak dance, which is one of the classical dances. And Shivannad Maharaj, Dr. Shivannad Maharaj, he will be giving instrumentals, also vocal renditions. He'll be doing the violin. Hopefully we'll get him on the sarangi. And his brother, Shri Narendra Maharaj, he will be on bansuri, which is the flute, and also saxophone.
So instruments, dance, vocals, quite a bit happening at this year's performance. I want to chat with Dr. Maharaj a bit as he is on the line with us. And granted that this is not your first insert, if you will, into the concert performance arena, tell us a little bit about your preparation for that performance, Dr. Maharaj. Are you ready?
Hi, pleasant good morning to each and every one of you all listening in and tuning in on the program, and you all also on the set. Um, yes, I would say that, it's the excitement is building up, coming up to the program where the public will be exposed to a range of musical genres that would come under the umbrella of Indian classical music. And I think it's a good opportunity for families and music connoisseurs to be, attending in this particular instance, because it's not often that we in Trinidad and Tobago would have a concert of this nature, of the mixing of a range of different musical genres. So that in itself is going to be an interesting mix of musical styles.
Beautiful. Now, in terms of your performance, like I said, I know you're there every year, but how are you going to top this one? What can we look forward to from you specifically in terms of your performances this year?
Well, most of the times when I appear on these programs, it normally would be maybe one particular concentrating on one particular aspect of the music. I might be doing a vocal rendition in classical, or I might be doing something on the violin, maybe in classical or in light music, as we would see. But in this particular case, there's going to be a range of different kinds of performances in terms of vocals and instrumental. So I'm looking forward to that because it's a little different. It's not going to be as narrow as it used to be before. It's going to be a little wider ranging.
It sounds fantastic. And on that note, Ms. Jagdeo, could you tell us how we can get tickets, how we can be a part of it, and a start time? Because you know we Trinities like to be late.
Well, keeping that in mind, I have asked everybody to be seated by 4:30. And so we'll be starting at 5 p.m. And tickets you can contact me at 397-9170. That's 397-9170. And I'd like to also mention the other artists include very prominent tabla artists of Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Taradat Sao. We also have a very popular band. The leader of the band, Rishi Gayadeen, that is the RG band, and he will also be accompanying us on this program.
It sounds like a fantastic endeavor, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you for not just putting on a show, but for continuing to enhance cultural relations in Trinidad and Tobago through your institution as well.
Thank you very much.
Of course, Sangeeta Jagdeo, the President and Artistic Coordinator for the International Foundation for Cultural Relations in Trinidad and Tobago, as well as Dr. Shivannad Maharaj, joining us to tell us more about the event happening on the 23rd of November, where you can get your tickets to be a part of a phenomenal show. We've got even more that you want to be a part of after these messages, so stick around. It now continues after this.